Welcome to the Nutrition That Really Works podcast. The podcast that embraces Hippocrates' quote, "Let food be thy medicine." Today you're going to learn some cutting-edge information about how to achieve and maintain your great health as we answer your nutrition and health-related questions. Commentators are not medical doctors, and no medical claims are being stated, and the information presented is for personal research and investigational purposes only. This information has not been evaluated by Health Canada, the FDA, the FTC, the USDA, and is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. This program does not represent Premier Research Labs, USA. Hi everybody, welcome to Nutrition That Really Works. I'm your nutrition expert, Brian Gangle from BGAngel.com. Welcome to today's episode. Hey, if you're new to Nutrition That Really Works, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you can be the first on the block to get this great information as soon as a new episode drops. And if you're a returning avid listener, welcome back. We're glad that you could join us. We have a great episode today as we talk about my 5 favorite superfoods. But before we dive into it, hey, Nutrition That Really Works is a great sponsor and very, very proud to be the sponsor of the National Conference of Traditional Healing, featuring the legends of health. And oh my goodness, if you are a raw foodie, if you're a vegetarian, a vegan, or somebody who is really into nutrition that really works, you definitely want to get your tickets to this blockbuster event happening April 30th, May 1, 2, and 3, 2020 in Markham, Ontario, Canada, featuring some of the biggest names in the whole food plant-based movement, including the legend himself, T. Colin Campbell, best-selling author of Whole and the China Study, and of course Brian and Anna Maria Clement from Hippocrates Health Institute in Florida, and not to be outdone, Dr. Daryl Wolf from Vancouver, British Columbia, and so many other amazing experts, including Dr. Joel Furman, Andrea Donsky from NaturallySavvy.com, the legend himself, Rabbi Gabriel Cousins from the Tree of Life in Patagonia, Arizona, and over 27 other speakers. You can get all of the exciting details and lists of all of their workshops, lectures, and modules happening over this incredible 4-day blockbuster event over at the ticketing portal Eventbrite, spelled EVENTBRITE.com. Just key into the search menu in your geographic location of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Legends of Health Conference, and it will take you right there. Get your tickets soon. This event will sell out. You don't want to miss it. So let's dive into today's episode as we talk about all of the amazing superfoods that we have in our arsenal. And oh my goodness, I want to talk to you about some of my absolute favorites. First and foremost, really want to discuss what is a superfood. Well, they are rich in phyto-chemicals, and they are known to have disease-fighting properties. So basically, a superfood nutrient composition is made up of vitamins, antioxidants, and minerals, and is notably higher than what the body's basic nutritional needs for survival are. That's the basic definition of a superfood. Now, classical superfoods include things like raw nuts, berries, salmon. Yes, salmon is considered a superfood. Beans, broccoli, quinoa, green tea. These are all of the classical superfoods. Now we have a second generation of superfoods, which are broken down into things like raw cacao powder, chia seed, of course, homemade granolas, hemp seeds, maca, goji berries, pumpkin seed, bee pollen, superfood of all superfoods, raw cacao nibs, and coconut. These are also considered the second generation of superfoods. Now we have some new additions to the family, and these are some of the ones that we want to discuss today. And I have many of them, but really I want to talk to you about some of my absolute favorites. Now, first is something called brown millet. Now, this has to be gently stone ground to keep all of the vital components of the wild brown millet intact and make it bioavailable. Now, it's one of the highest mineral contents and trace mineral elements of all of the grains. It is actually considered gluten-free, so it's completely free of gluten and common allergens. And in the wild form, grown in the Austrian fields, they are isolated from industrial activities. Of course, it should be certified organic, and it is a major source of silicum, otherwise known as silica. And the role of silicum is important as calcium. While calcium strengthens the bones, silicum increases the elasticity and facilitates the articulations of the connective tissue. And so you can get a lot of amazing sources of the silicum with this brown millet. Now, I'm going to also include one of my favorite recipes with each one of these 5 favorite superfoods. And one of my favorite recipes with the brown millet is the vegan old-fashioned millet cookies. Super, super simple to make. And I have a video of it up at YouTube. If you go to my channel, Brian Gangle, and you'll find the video that I put up on the brown millet cookies. Now, I take a cup of the millet powder and I mix it with a half a cup of coconut sugar. Coconut sugar have one of the lowest glycemics on the index, around 32. If you're doing sugar-free, you can find many sugar-free alternatives. I also put in a quarter cup of coconut oil or essential fatty acid oil, which stands for EFAs. And this can be sesame, flax, borage, even the Moroccan olive. I like to mix in about 1 teaspoon of baking powder, about a teaspoon of good vanilla bean powder, and a half a teaspoon of the really good quality pink salt. And you mix it up together into a batter, almost like a paste. I may have to put in a little bit of water into it to make it a little bit more liquefied. And then I scoop it out with a melon baller and I make the little balls. And I'll top each one of the little balls on a piece of parchment paper or Teflex, if I'm going to be doing it in a food dehydrator, with a hazelnut or even an almond nut on top. And I just gently press it into the cookie. Now, I gently bake them at around 225, so just under the boiling point, and I'll bake it for about 15 minutes or so, and then I'll let it air dry in the oven until it firms up, and then it'll actually get a little bit crispier on the outside. This is an amazing cookie, and you pop these guys out, rich tasting, hearty, super, super flavorful, and of course, incredibly good for you as well. So one of my favorite recipes, old-fashioned millet cookies. Another amazing superfood is something called moringa, and the moringa is another amazing complete source of vitamin, minerals, and protein too. In fact, the moringa actually contains 90 plus nutrients and 40 plus antioxidants, 17 times the calcium of milk, 4 times the potassium of bananas, 20 times the iron of spinach, 8 times the protein of yogurt. So this is an amazing, amazing superfood. Gluten and soy-free and completely bioavailable protein source, and it alkalizes the body. Now, the moringa oleifera is known as the miracle tree because it is one of the most rich nutrient plants on earth. It contains 70 plus nutrients, 46 different antioxidants actually, and all of the essential amino acids. A great source of vitamin A, calcium, iron, and it's extremely easily as digestible protein source. It also helps to increase breast milk production, boosts the immune system, provides sustained energy, and of course, it helps promote muscle relaxation and better sleep. Now, a teaspoon of the moringa powder can be added to your favorite smoothies, salads, soups, sauces, bars, breads, milks, yogurts. It's just absolutely so versatile. You can sprinkle it on rice, on salads, vegetables as a digestive aid, and you can be added to soups as a thickener. The moringa tea you can make by adding a half a teaspoon to boiled water. Don't put it at a roiling boil because this is a superfood, and if it goes in at a really high boil, it will damage this delicate matrix of the moringa powder. And of course, hot or cold drinks as an energy booster to replace coffee. And it's a naturally occurring organic product, which suggests that for first-time users to take a lower dose and gradually build up to the recommended dose, and this allows the body to adapt to the rich properties of this superfood. In Africa, moringa is known as the never die, for it has saved many people who were on the brink of starvation. It is often the last tree standing when other trees wither away. Moringa leaf contains so many superfoods. But of course, it's also amazing because it contains 2 essential amino acids, arginine and histidine, and it contains both of them, making it an excellent source of protein for infants. Traditionally used for high blood pressure, iron deficiencies, and vision health too. Helps boost the immune system, provides sustained energy, and endurance and faster recovery from workouts. So it's very, very powerful. Moringa supports normal glucose levels and improves mental clarity and focus. And of course, this is really, really amazing. So now, one of my favorite recipes using the moringa is the morning moringa latte. And you take 1 cup of coconut milk, and I'll actually froth it. And so instead of using regular milk or homogenized milk or high-fat milk, I'll use coconut milk, and I'll froth it. Then I'll add a teaspoon of the moringa powder and a little bit of raw unpasteurized honey. What an amazing morning pick-me-up. It tastes great. Super, super easy to make. My third favorite superfood is going to be maca. Now, maca teas have a very subtle, pleasant flavor. And when it's dehydrated properly and standardized, it preserves all of the amazing active properties that you expect to receive from maca. Now, it's cultivated exclusively at high altitudes in the Peruvian Andes and from organic farms only. So it's very, very powerful. And, the maca is also known as a powerful adaptogen because it can help to gently escort your hormones back into the normal range if they're too low, and even bring them back into the normal set point if they're too high. And that's its claim to fame. And too much maca, you end up with a big maca attack. So you know that it's going to be great for the hormones from all perspectives. One of my favorite recipes with maca is making chocolate maca ice cream. And here's how you do it. You take 3 cups of coconut milk and a couple of tablespoons of arrowroot powder, and you mix it together in a blender until it's nice and smooth. Now, to that, I'll add a little bit of chocolate tiger nut spread. And I don't know if you've ever tried it. If you ever remember that amazing Nutella and how rich and decadent that was, well, this is kind of a healthier version of that. And it's called tiger nut spreads. And it's infused with chocolate. And it's very, very rich. And then I'll put in a little bit of a flower nectar made from coconut. And again, this is a very sweet, syrupy type of nutrient. And I'll only put about a 1/4 cup of this in as well. Then I'll add 2+ tablespoons to start of the maca powder. Now what I'll do is I'll mix it up and churn it, and then I will freeze it. Then I will thaw it just a little bit, and I'll take my ice cream scooper and scrape it across the container and scoop it out in beautiful chocolate curls and serve it in a bowl, and it absolutely will blow you away. You're going to absolutely love the chocolate maca ice cream. My 4th favorite is goji-berry powder. Now, you all heard of goji berries before. They're sustainably grown in Tibetan plateaus, and they yield a superior variety to the regular goji berries, which may have a softer texture. And so goji is a very powerful antioxidant, contains 19 different amino acids, 27 trace minerals, rich in vitamin E, B1, B2, B6, and of course, vitamin C. Goji berries must be certified to be free of yeast and mold and microbial bacteria. They should be completely raw and not be sulfonated. So if they're unsulfured and raw, they become very powerful antioxidants containing all those key nutrients. And of course, they're super delicious and super sweet. Now, what can you do with them? Well, there are many things, and with the goji berry powder, the versatility increases geometrically. And so for nutrition that really works, fans, try this amazing homemade French salad dressing. One of my favorite dressings of all times was Catalina. This rich, pungent orange dressing was my absolute favorite. Well, here's how you can make a healthy version of this amazing dressing. 1/4 cup of essential fatty acid oil. So an EFA oil, which contains sesame, flax, borage, and even Moroccan olive. They're all good. The combination is even the best. About 1/2 cup of good quality organic lemon juice. You're going to need about a tablespoon of good quality raw unpasteurized honey. About a tablespoon of good quality sesame seeds. About a tablespoon of the goji berry powder. only a half a teaspoon of a raw onion or onion powder, either one works good, and to brighten the flavor up, a quarter to a half a teaspoon of good quality pink salt. And you put it all into the blender and whiz it up. And just like magic, the goji-berry powder turns this incredible dressing with the acid in the base, the acid being the lemon juice, the base being the oil, along with the flavoring agents, producing this amazing, deep orange dressing, which looks like French, tastes like the Catalina. Absolutely brilliant. You're going to absolutely love it. My fifth and last favorite superfood is garlic, but not just your regular garlic. The Himalayan garlic. These are these little garlic bulbs, and it's amazing because the garlic from the Himalayan mountains grows in the high Andes, and this guy is encapsulated in its own little protective hard shell. And you've got to break the shell off first to release the little gentle, moist garlic bulb within it. And it's absolutely incredible. Now, it has a mild flavor to it, very raw. And these bloom and unpollinated high altitudes of the Himalayan, high altitudes of the Himalayan mountain ranges, 6,000 to 11,000 feet above sea level. So a very different kind of garlic. Now, it thrives in the harsh cold weather and oxygen-deprived conditions, and that's what allows it to produce huge amounts of the active component called allicin or allicin. So, its capacity to survive in these extreme conditions is the reason for its superior potency. Now, with the abundant melting snow in the spring, it ensures optimal moisture for full plant maturity, providing the plant with increased capillary vessel activity, which enables all of the soil nutrients to be transported to the very top of the plant for maximum growth. This activity explains why the Himalayan garlic is so powerful as a dilator and integral to improving the blood circulation and general organ and gland performance. An amazing, powerful nutrient. You crack this guy open, and the beauty is, where normally we would have a garlic bulb and we would crack open a clove one at a time, with this guy, you open your jar and it'll contain 100 to 200 of these amazing little hard nuggets. You crack one of the nuggets open, and inside the little garlic bulb is preserved in its perfect integrity. Absolutely an amazing way to add rich, pungent flavor of the garlic. And it's amazing that you can actually eat this guy raw and you won't smell like a garlic hyena. And you'll get all of the amazing benefits you expect from the amazing, one-of-a-kind garlic, one of my favorite superfood nutrients. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as we take a wander down the road of my 5 favorite superfoods, and I hope you get a chance to give them a try, and of course, try some of my favorite recipes to go along with it. Wow, we've got so many amazing live events for our Nutrition That Really Works fans in 2020. If you've never attended one of our Quantum Health Science Summits, if you're a practitioner or professional, you definitely want to come out this June 13 and 14 for our Level 1. You can get details at my website at bgangel.com. And of course, don't forget to book your date with the Legends of Health at the National Conference of Traditional Healing, taking place April 30th, May 1, 2, and 3, with over 32 incredible world-class influencers and leaders in the traditional, natural, and alternative health worlds descending on Toronto at the Markham Hilton Suites and Convention Center. We have over 25 workshops for you to take part in. You're going to absolutely love this blockbuster event. You get all of the exciting details, a list of all the workshops, and all of the incredible speakers over at eventbrite.com, and just key into the search menu, Legends of Health. It'll take you there from the Toronto area. Wow, I look forward to meeting you at one of our live events here in 2020. Until next time, I'm your nutrition expert, Brian Gangle from bgangel.com. Wishing nutrition blessings to you all, and like Hippocrates said, hey, let's let food be thy medicine.